Peace from the black holes of Dakota Territory, United States of Advertising. Stan Gibilisco here to answer one of two questions a viewer recently posed to me, and they are very good questions. So I'll answer the second one first, and that is, have I played around with the Arduino? Well, the answer is yes, to the extent that I discovered that I'm not particularly on the same frequency as that thing, and the philosophy behind all of these programmable computer-related electronic devices. I am an old-school amateur radio operator, first licensed almost 50 years ago. I have grown up through vacuum tubes, transistors, discrete components. I primarily prefer to operate the radio, and that using the Morse code, or CW. I am really a fuddy-duddy radio ham. My specialty in terms of knowledge technically is radio frequency engineering, and more specifically yet, antenna engineering and design and experimentation. The old stuff, the analog stuff, the stuff you really have to get your hands dirty with, and sometimes even put yourself at physical risk, like when you're putting up a big antenna. Things like that. Hardware you can get your hands around and do for real. Now, a lot of these Arduino, Raspberry Pi, a lot of these devices are really great for learning electronics. So is my book, Teach Yourself Electricity and Electronics. Again, an old school paperback bound book. You could get the electronic version, but I recommend the paper version because paper books don't always translate perfectly into electronic versions, especially technical ones. So the answer to your question, my friend, is yes and no. I have experimented with it just so that I know what it is and how you can plug those little wires into those little holes, assuming that you're about the size of a cockroach, because they are so tiny for this ham radio operator and his fat fingers and his aging, increasingly dull one-track mind, which is da-di-da-di-da-da-di-da, da-di-da-di-da-da-di-da, da-di-dit-dit-di-da-da, di-da-da-da-da, da-da-dit, di-da-da-da-da, di-di-di-da. I always have trouble with the V when I do it with my mouth. Not on the keyer, though. Stan Gibilisco, proprietor and operator of amateur radio station W1GV, Whiskey 1, Golf Victor, or Good Vibrations. Signing off and saying, as far as the Arduino goes, it ain't my bag of components. It's cool, it just ain't my kind of cool. Until next time, 73, which means best regards in ham radio jargon, and so long. Peace again.